Alright, so now we'll be making the chipotle sauce. So, what we're gonna do, we're gonna put some tomatoes. Since I'm making such a large amount of tinga, I'm gonna put 3 tomatoes. Typically, if I just have like 2 chicken breasts, I'll put 2, but just for today, you know? Yeah, so tomatoes, lots of people think tomatoes were originated from Italy, but they weren't. They're actually from Peru. Yeah, and they actually weren't popular in America until Italians and Europeans started using them for like pastas and stuff like that. And the U.S. actually makes a lot of tomatoes, especially like in states like California and Florida. California, I think, makes about like 250 million pounds of tomatoes. But yeah, moving on. So now let me put some onion in this as well. Awesome. Beautiful. Alright, now I'm gonna put some garlic as well. Typically I just put 1 garlic clove, but like I said, there's such a high amount of tinga I'm making, I'm gonna put 2. Yeah. So garlic originates from Southeast Asia. So back in the day, garlic was used for many reasons. And one reason was to keep the vampires away. Another reason was because people thought it kind of helped not get sick during the Black Plague. And another reason was, what was that reason? Hold on, I'm sorry, I have some notes over here. Da-da-da. Oh yeah, so a lot of people from like Egypt viewed garlic as a god, which I think was kind of weird. So there's that. I know the US produces about like 40 million pounds of garlic each year. So now I'm just gonna smush up all of this garlic with this rock. I don't know what the rock is called in English, nor do I know what's it called in Spanish. So we're just gonna go along with this. You just wanna smush it up. You can come a bit closer. So smush it up all the way. Make sure it's not hard anymore. Take out all that garlic residue away. Beautiful. Alright, this looks good. So now let's add that onto the blender. Beautiful. So now we got our tomato, our onion, and our garlic. Moving on to our chipotle peppers, most important step. I'm gonna add some of this. And again, I'm using a bigger can just because I'm making large amount of tinga. Yeah, so chipotle peppers, they were found by the Mayans. And just what they are exactly, they're just dried up jalapeno peppers. So basically, like how they make them is that they leave the jalapeno on the plants ripe enough for like a really long time. So even after the jalapeno is technically edible, they just leave it on there until like it changes to like a dark red color. And then after that, after it's aged for quite a while, the jalapeno is like pretty dry at that point, and they put it like in a hot oven for it to like dry up even more and kind of gain that smoky aroma of a flavor. Typically, like nowadays, they make it in places like Chihuahua, Mexico, Sinaloa, Oaxaca, Texas, and southern New Mexico. So that's where typically chipotle peppers are made now. And also chipotle peppers typically now come alongside with adobo sauce, which is just like an extra sauce that is with the chipotle peppers. So as I can read here, it's chipotle peppers, tomato puree, onions, vinegar, canola oil, sugar, salt, paprika, and garlic. So it has like most of the ingredients we're using on this anyway. And yeah, adobo sauce pretty much comes standard with chipotle peppers if you're gonna make any type of dish nowadays. So now we're just gonna blend this up and we'll be back. So I already blended everything now, so basically I have the sauce. But one thing I missed was typically you do add some water into the sauce, so it's not as thick, I guess you could say, pretty much. So actually I added water into the container where the chipotle peppers were at, just so the water can get a bit more of the sauce and throw it into over here. So let me just add some water. So sometimes people just put regular water, other times people get the water that the chicken was boiled in just so it can get that chicken flavor. Chicken's still kind of boiling right now, so I actually just skipped that and I just put some regular water. So there you go, it's all good. And now we just have to wait for the chicken to be done, and then we can, you know, make our finished product. Alright, so it actually took like an hour for the chicken to boil up just because I had so much. So I dumped the water out, and now the chicken is, you know, there. So basically now I'm just gonna shred the chicken. I don't have anything fancy to shred it with. I know sometimes people use like those things that they use to like mix dough and stuff like that. But me living in a Mexican household, just gonna get like a fork, kind of just separate out all the strands. It's gonna take a little while, so yeah, we'll be back. Alright, so I just shredded all the chicken. So, you know, like I said before, with fork and everything, I've also used my hands. So, get everything shredded right here. Okay, but now, so I just put a pan to heat, and then also I put some olive oil in. However, it's been heating up for quite a while, so now we're gonna add our onion, which we cut a little while ago. But I think the oil is gonna go everywhere, so let's just be careful. Oh, not too bad. Okay. Now the onion is going to cook there for a little while until it turns translucent. And then after that, I'm gonna add our sauce over here. Let that simmer for about 10 minutes. But yeah, we'll be right back. So now that the onions look pretty translucent, it's time to add the sauce. So I'm gonna add that. Beautiful. Alright, let's add some water into this. Got all the sauce we have. Alright, looks pretty good. So now we're gonna wait a good 10 or so minutes for the sauce to simmer up. Then we can add our chicken, and then we'll go on from there. So I kind of forgot that I had to record putting the chicken in. But basically all I did was put the chicken in, and then I started mixing the sauce with the chicken. And so after it's mixed, we're still gonna wait like a little more while for the chicken to cook with the sauce and, you know, simmer. And then it's gonna be the finished product. Alright, so after the chicken immersed in the sauce for about 15 minutes and it was mixed, we now have our finished product. Beautiful, we are done. Already served myself over here. Like I said, typically you do eat tinga with tostadas, but I have tortilla chips, which is basically the same thing, just smaller. Or sometimes we even have tortillas, but for my sakes, I always go with the tostadas. Very delicious. Alright, and then that wraps up our whole tinga cooking.